Hello, dear teachers. Let's go with the science class. This would be the very first class of the science lesson. And today I am going to give you an instruction how you should take the very first class of science. You all have got this book, right? Now today we'll learn how you are going to teach this book. There are 10 chapters and I have given you a detailed or explanation about how you are supposed to teach this book. Still, I am going to give you details lesson. So follow all these videos. First, watch these videos at least 5 times. You then realize or try to understand or try to make sense what I am trying to do here. Once you have understood, then you make your own mind or take preparation that how you are going to deliver this lesson to the classroom. Now turn to the very first chapter. Chapter 1, Life Cycle of Animal and Plants. So before you getting into the very first thing, you should ask this question. Children, do you know what is a life cycle? They don't know it. So you tell them what's the life cycle. Life cycle are the stages of life of a particular animal or trees or any kinds of living things. All the living things have a life cycle. For example, we grow up in the womb of our mother. Then we become a child. Then we grow, we become teenager. Then we grow and we become young person. Then we grow a bit more, we become adult. And then we again marry. And then we produce and we grow old. And then we die. See, this is how the person or the life of human being is going on. This beginning of life from the womb of your mother and growing up and then dying is the cycle of a human life. Now, it doesn't end here, right? When we marry, we have or get our own son, our own children. They also grow and someday they die. This is how the race of human is living on and on and on. You tell this story. Now, not in English. Explain this story in your Rohingya language. For example, if I were teaching in my class, I would have said, well, আমরা প্রথমে মায়ের গর্ভে জন্ম নিই, দেন সেখান থেকে আমরা জন্ম নিয়ে পৃথিবীতে আসি, দেন আমরা বড় হয়ে আর একটু বড় হই, ছোট্ট শিশু থাকি, তখন আমরা কথা বলতে পারি না। দেন আমরা আর একটু বড় হই, দেন আমরা আর একটু বড় হই, স্কুলে যাই, স্কুল শেষ করলে আমরা কই যে কলেজে যাচ্ছি, দেন আমরা আর একটু বড় হয়ে কি করছি, বিয়ে করছি এবং আমাদেরও কি হচ্ছে, বাচ্চা হচ্ছে, দেন আমরা বুড়ো হয়ে যাচ্ছি, দেন আমরা মারা যাচ্ছি। আর এই যে যে প্রক্রিয়াটা চলছে, এই পুরো প্রক্রিয়াটা একটা চক্রের মতো। এই চক্রটাকে বলা হয় লাইফ সাইকেল। Now, this is how you are supposed to explain in your native tongue. That means in the Rohingya language. Then you give another example. Example of a tree. Hey, look at this tree. Show them a real tree. It has a life cycle. How? We put a seed on the soil, and after a few days you see there will be a small tree. Then if you water it and if it gets sunlight, it will grow. It keeps growing. It will have two leaves first, then it will have four leaves, and then it will keep growing. And one day it will be a big tree. And after a certain period of time, for example, 4 or 5 years later, it will give you fruits. If it is a mango tree, you will get mango from the tree. Now, this tree will die one day. It doesn't stay forever. It will die someday, or we even cut them down. This is how their life ends. But the fruit they are producing, from that we are getting seeds, and if we plant them on the soil, we get another tree. This is how the life cycle of trees goes on. You explain these examples in your Rohingya language as well. See, after giving these two examples, then you shall ask the student, hey, did you understand how the life works? They will then have some questions perhaps. If they have, answer them. If you don't have, then again repeat the whole thing in your native tongue, in the Rohingya language. Once they have understood the whole scenario, then you read it in English. In that case, now we are going to read that in English so far whatever I have told you. It's like this. Let's read it. Did you know all the animals in the world born first, then these animals grow and then they become adults. Then they give birth to small animals and they finally die. You then ask the students to read it. Once you are going through all these things, then you will say, well, this is the life cycle. Every single living thing in this world has got a life cycle, just like us, just like this hen, just like this duck, just like a fish, just like the trees. Whatever we see that are living, they have a life cycle. Now we will learn some of the life cycles in this chapter from this science book. Isn't that interesting? Try to get the attention or interest of students. They will learn faster. Once you have helped the students understand what is a life cycle, then you go to the first life cycle. What is it talking about? Life cycle of a butterfly. Life cycle of a butterfly. Now, butterfly it has got a particular name in your Rohingya language, right? Who will know about the life cycle of a butterfly? The children should be very eager now. Now you start with this picture. Look at this. This is the very whole life cycle of a butterfly. This is the complete life cycle of the butterfly. Then look at this picture. To ask the student to take a look at this picture. The very first thing is the egg. The egg. What is it? The egg. Look at this. This is the very first stage. It starts from here. Egg. Have you seen egg? To show them or tell them what is egg. Or what are eggs. Take some eggs with you of hen or perhaps duck's egg. Take them and show them this is egg, and every insect they lay egg like this. Now look at this. The mother butterfly lay eggs here on a leaf, green leaf, isn't it? You tell it in English and then you tell it in your native language. Now this egg hatches. What does it do? Hatches. It hatches into larva. It hatches into larva. এটাকে কি বলে? Larva. ডিম ফুটে কি হয়? Larva হয়. Eggs hatches into larva. This larva they eat green leaves. Green leaves. They eat green leaves. We will know about them a bit more in the later pages, but first give them the idea. It becomes larva, and the larva it becomes pupa. The larva becomes pupa. What it does become? It becomes pupa. It becomes pupa. Now the pupa becomes a butterfly, see a beautiful butterfly. Now let's learn how the whole thing happens and how much time it takes. Okay, now let's learn guys how much time it takes an egg to become a complete butterfly. Okay, let's just see. Now we do this. We tell them the story. We don't tell them to read it. We read it later, but first we tell them the story. The adult butterfly lays eggs. The eggs are usually laid on green leaves. When the weather is warm, then the eggs hatches. Hatching means being today but available. Now you have got a meaning. Hatching means it's the little things that is coming out of the egg. For example, if we hatch the egg of hens, then we'll get little chickens or kinder chickens. See, this is called hatching. You help the students understand. Now, when the weather is warm, it's not cold. The weather is warm. There are some warmness around the weather, around the environment, and then this egg hatches. When the eggs hatches, a little insects like this crawling, yeah, this just like this image, these little insects they get out of the egg. Oh, they are so scary, are not they? Well, two are. So scary sometimes you get scared. Those larva. They are known as larva. Oh, lava. See, it's lava. Now, what's happened to this lava? How did it survive? Oh, they start eating the green leaves. They eat the green leaves. Look at this picture. See, just like this picture, they eat the green leaves. ওরা কি খায়? ওরা সবুজ পাতা খায়. And they keep eating, eating, and eating all the day. And then one day they start creating a shell around them. Yeah, just like the eggshell. What's a shell? Shell is just like the eggshell. Yeah, it's the strongest part of the egg. It's a shell. Now this larva has got another name. What name is that for? Oh, let me just see. It's caterpillar. Caterpillar. They are known as larva, or you can call them caterpillar. 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 Make sure the students recognize this name. Larva or caterpillar. Larva or caterpillar. So you take this slow, put everything in your mind. Then you decide how you're going to treat them. But make sure it gets interesting. Explain it just like a story. Okay? Now, so once the pupa or larva, they start creating shells around them and they get into this shell completely. This time they are called pupa. Pupa. Now here they stay for some days. And this time the wings and the legs and all other things of this butterfly it start growing inside the shell. And once all the wings are grown up and the butterfly is matured, it comes out of the shell. And then it becomes a beautiful butterfly, just like this one. Now, see how beautiful they are, and look how ugly they were at the beginning of their life. So, all beautiful things that you can see, all the butterflies, the beautiful butterflies, they have a cycle of life. This butterfly then it lays eggs again, and those eggs also hatches and it grows more butterflies. This is how butterflies are living on the earth again and again and again. Once you have explained the whole thing as a story, now then we will go to the fourth stage. With students, this growing or the cycle of the butterfly, it has got four stages. How many stages? Four stages. Okay? Now we will learn about this four stages in more detail. I'll give you more information. Let's learn it. This is how you take them into the four stages. Yes. Okay, let's get into the very first stage. What was the first stage? Do you remember, children? Oh, yes, the egg. It all starts from the egg. Now, let's just see how the eggs of a butterfly looks like. Can you see this picture? See, this is the egg of a butterfly. Okay, look at this. It's pretty small. It's not this big. It will be less. It will be more small. We cannot see it all the time. If we enlarge it, we'll see it like this. So this is the egg of the butterfly. Who lays the eggs? It's the women butterfly. Woman butterfly. They lays the eggs. Now, some eggs of butterflies are round shape, some are oval shape, and some are even has got different shapes. So we really can't tell all the butterflies have the same shapes of egg. But it takes some weeks, at least 14 to 15 days, these eggs become a caterpillar. So it takes around 15 or some weeks. How many days it takes? It takes weeks. What's a week? 7 days a week. That means weeks. It means it should take more than 1 week. That means it will take more than 2 weeks as well. Some may take a month. This is how the egg it becomes a caterpillar or a larva. Let's go and see what happens to the larva. Look at this. This is the caterpillar or this is the larva. We call them larva. What do we call them? Larva or Oh, no, 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 it has got another name. What is it? Oh, it's caterpillar. It's caterpillar. Now look at this. What happens to this egg? The egg becomes caterpillar. This one, egg becomes this. It is called caterpillar. What does this caterpillars do? They don't have any work, right? So they keep eating. They eat a lot. All the day they eat. What do they eat? They eat green leaves. They keep eating green leaves. And their color, it keeps changing, the shades keeps changing. They keep doing this thing throughout their life. Oh, why is that so? Now what happens after that? Now after a certain period of time, perhaps a month, this caterpillar, they start creating a shell around them. Do you remember? I told about it. Look at this picture. This is how the shells look like. They start creating shells around them. Now, they don't create the shells everywhere. They keep it in a safe place of a tree. What's the safe place? That means nothing will harm them. They go to a place like that and then they start creating shells around them. The shells looks like this. This is called pupa. This is called pupa. And now look at this caterpillar. It went into this pupa. It is inside it. And this thing will stay here for months. By months means it could be sometimes 1.5 months, sometimes it gets more than a month, perhaps 2 months. And finally they become butterfly. Look at this one. This is the adult butterfly. Now staying for a few months in the pupa stage, it becomes a butterfly. It comes out of the shell. Now it don't fly just by coming out of the shell. Look at this, these are the wings. The wings are wet when they comes out of the pupa. So when the wings get dried, they start flying slowly. See, this is how an egg becomes a complete butterfly. This butterfly will again lay egg and those eggs will grow into more butterflies and this butterfly, it will die. This is how the life of butterflies goes on and on and on. So have you understand it? Did you get how the life of a butterfly goes on and on? Well, this is what we call the life cycle of a butterfly. Did you get it? Okay, now let's see if you have got it. Look at this exercise. What is this stage? Oh, did you get it? This is the stage of egg. Here, this is the egg of a butterfly. Now what happens here? What is this? This is the caterpillar. Now what's this? This is the pupa stage. And what's this? This pupa became a butterfly. Now after finishing this chapter, you ask the students to write down the name of each stages here in this book and then ask them what they have understood about each stages or ask them about the whole story. See how many of them could remember it. Once you are done with this, you should finish the first class. But don't finish it yet. You help them now. Write those things on their notebook. Ask them to write it. Now read those things in English. First you explain or tell them in Rohingya language, then you ask them and read those things in English. If you need more than one class to do these things only, take more than one class. Don't just test it. This is the very first time they are learning science, so it will take time. Give them time. Once they have done it, it will be easier. Okay, so for the very first chapters, at least first 3 chapters, you give them more time. Okay, now if you have got any questions, ask me. I'll be giving you answers. And please don't forget to watch this video at least 5 times. Every time you are watching, you will get your idea or your unique idea about how you can deliver this lesson to the children. Thank you very much. See you in the next class.